Now at 6, the Southwest Missouri community mourns the loss of a beloved leader. Plus, details on a massive acquisition to merge two railroad companies, how that could affect jobs, and how a new program in Joplin is connecting senior citizens with volunteer opportunities.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities capture the final 2 suspects from a shooting in Newton County this month. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Authorities today arrested Trevor Palmer and Kimber LaQuette in Texas for the March 4th shooting of Jamie Hodges. Hodges was shot twice in a car on Carver Road but survived. He identified 3 suspects who he says had been in another car. The 3rd suspect, Cody Jones, was arrested shortly after the shooting. All are charged with 1st-degree assault, 1st-degree armed criminal action, and 2nd-degree assault. The first major railroad merger in more than 2 decades will go forward. Federal regulators approved Canadian Pacific's $31 billion acquisition of Kansas City Southern. The 2 are the smallest among the nation's 7 major railroads, but their coupling will create the only railroad linking Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. It took 2 years for the U.S. Surface Transportation Board to approve the acquisition. It's expected to add more than 800 union jobs, according to the board. You can find the full press release and details on the acquisition on the KOAM News Now app. 4-staters mourn the loss of a longtime and beloved community leader. Gary Stubblefield, past president of Carl Junction Area Chamber of Commerce, died over the weekend. And now community members are remembering him for his all-or-nothing approach and how he inspired and motivated others. Kavanaugh Studevan, the current executive director for the Area Chamber of Commerce, says people would always follow his ideas.
That's why I say that he is the community's best friend, is because even if you never met him or you just saw him on TV or you just met him, he instantly made you feel like you were the best friends in the entire world. And it's because he cared and he listened.
Subtlefield's Celebration of Life will be this Saturday, 1 p.m., Carl Junction Middle School Auditorium. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty for our first look at the weather.
Well, it actually turned out to be a nice Wednesday for us today. A lot of clouds, windy, but our temperature's way up. They're 65 for a high. Normal high is 60 degrees, so temperature is just fantastic. We do have a lot of clouds. Nothing really underneath the clouds. We're going to stay mainly dry as we go through the overnight hours as we are watching this storm system, which is going to start to work in as we go through the next couple days. As of right now, we're still sitting 60, 61 degrees. We're just not going to drop off much tonight. Southerly winds will actually keep our temperatures up just a little bit. South winds 15 to 25, but we've been getting gusts, pretty good ones, throughout the afternoon, 30 upwards to 35, and these are just going to increase. That's why we have a wind advisory in effect for us tonight. Also, rain chances increasing, especially tomorrow afternoon. Some thunderstorms as well. We're going to talk about that here in a bit.
See you soon. A Joplin organization is helping retirees find their perfect match. Participants are falling in love with new volunteer opportunities. KOAM's Shagun Bamadelli has more.
United Way of Southwest Missouri and Southeast Kansas is partnering with the Area Agency on Aging to create the Give 5 program. It is a 5-day course for seniors and retirees.
They meet with 23 area nonprofits and look and find out what opportunities they have for volunteerism, what might be a good fit for them, whether that be using their skill set from when they worked or maybe they want to do something completely different.
This program can help senior citizens get out more.
So the number one health risk to senior citizens is isolation. And so through this program, we hope to take those retirees, those senior citizens, take them through this class and get them out of the house.
Volunteers told me they loved the program.
Oh, really impressed with it. They're organized and have good leaders. So we're making a good tour and all the facilities here.
So far, they've been excellent. The people that are presenting the different ideas to us are we're learning so much from them about things that different opportunities that we can use we're learning where they need us and where we might actually fit in with our skills. So it's very, very productive.
The Give 5 program is completely free, and all adults from ages 55 and above are eligible to join. Reporting in Joplin, Shagun Bamdele, KOAM News.
Seniors who want to participate can still sign up. You can find more information at KOAMnewsnow.com. Missouri Southern is giving students a chance to look toward the future. The university today hosted its spring career fair. Area employers were asked to bring trade show style displays to give students a good understanding of what their business does and what they stand for. Officials say the interactive booths improve engagement from students.
You know, there's nothing wrong with learning new things, new ideas, you know, and being interested in new things that will help you in life and help you be successful. You know, a lot of kids at this age don't know what they want to do.
MSSU last week hosted a Dress to Impress event to give students a chance to have professional clothing ahead of the career fair. Local organizations and businesses met in Vernon County, Missouri to share services and information. The goal is to create a resource guide for the county. Businesses had a roundtable discussion and had the chance to network.
So we learn about each other, we collaborate together, we network, and it really builds our community to be stronger. And that's our goal. We want to make sure everybody's getting the services that they need.
That event for businesses was closed to the general public. Coming up, Wichita city leaders vote on a settlement regarding a swatting case that led to a man's death. Plus, the story of an Oklahoma woman left traumatized after she was attacked by a monkey. It's been 5 years since a Wichita, Kansas police officer fatally shot a 28-year-old man after a hoax 911 call led police to his home. Well, now city leaders there have voted to award his family a multi-million-dollar settlement. Pilar Pedraza has that story.
I move that the city of Wichita approve the settlement of $5 million as full and complete settlement of all possible claims arising out of the death of Andrew Finch.
This was the moment the Finch family has fought for ever since that December night more than 5 years ago, when a Wichita police officer shot Andrew Finch on his own front porch. Police were responding to a swatting call, a false report designed to get the SWAT team to respond. But Finch had not committed any crime and had nothing to do with the false report.
We still fear opening our doors because this could have happened to any one of us.
Through much of the fight, Ann Jones has acted as a family spokesperson. She says the Finches are just trying to comprehend this change.
Right now, they are just completely overwhelmed.
The Finch's attorney calls the day bittersweet, but adds the $5 million settlement came only after it looked like the family's third lawsuit against the city would actually go to trial.
I think a public trial would have been traumatizing for the family, and I think it would have been traumatizing for the city of Wichita to relive a tragedy that should have never happened.
The decision made, one city councilman finally spoke out about what he called a horrible tragedy.
Certainly the settlement will never bring back Andrew, and it will never heal the family entirely. I only hope that it can give some measure to the children and the family, some kind of relief.
I'm just really happy that the council was able to come together and to close the book on this legal matter so that the family can again start healing.
While the Finch family calls this a relief, they also say it's about more than the death of just one man. A year after Andrew Finch's shooting, his niece Adelina took her own life, followed a few months later by her boyfriend.
The death toll is 3. It's not 1. And there's a whole community of suffering because of this.
A suffering eased, if not ended, by this vote.
Having received 6 yay votes to 1 nay, that motion does pass.
Family says it plans to put that money into a trust fund for Finch's children. A little bit later, the Missouri Department of Conservation offers free replacements for a specific tree, but there's a catch.
Plus, we have thunderstorms rolling in for us on Thursday. I'm going to give you those details coming up. Well, warmed up quite a bit for us today. Temperatures shot into lower 60s. A lot of clouds, a little windy. Usually this time of the year when it warms up and the winds start picking up, that's when a storm system is rolling in. And we have one which is going to start to affect us as we go through the daytime hours tomorrow. All right, let's go outside. Temperatures right now, we're sitting upper 50s to lower 60s. We're just not going to drop off that much as we go through the overnight hours tonight. We're going to probably hang at about 50 to 52. Currently outside sitting at 60, south winds 21. Those winds will continue to increase across the region. In fact, check this out. Southerly winds 15 to 25 sustained. Then you get the gust that really get moving. We've had winds gusting, especially on the Kansas side, 35 pressing 40 at times, and those winds will just go up as we go through the overnight hours tonight. We'll have winds gusting after midnight, 40 to about 45. So if you have any loose furniture outside or a trash can, bring them in or secure them, as it's going to stay windy through the daytime hours tomorrow. And even on Friday, we got the cold wind, which is going to be ushering in that cooler air, but still we're going to have winds gusting 30 upwards to about 35 on Friday. Wind advisory in effect tonight through Friday morning. All right, we got the clouds, nothing underneath them. Clouds will continue to thicken tonight. You can already see some showers popping up across the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas. Main wave out across the Rockies, and that's really going to affect us over the next 36 hours. So let's go through time. We're going to stop tomorrow morning, 6:30 in the morning, spotty little showers. Look at our temps, low 50s. Let's continue through the morning, spotty showers, but thunderstorms get going early afternoon, 1 or 2 o'clock, western counties. Some of these storms could be on the stronger side. Plus, look at the wind shift line. So that's our cold front. And then watch this barrel across the region throughout the evening. So by 4 p.m., southeastern Kansas, northeastern parts of Oklahoma. So this is going to move into the metro 4 to 5 p.m. It drives through some of these storms a little bit stronger. Most of them are going to be out of here by 7 or 8. But then check this out. As the colder air works in, we get light snow showers. We may even get a dusting, maybe a 1/4 of an inch of snow as we go into tomorrow night and then heading into Friday morning. All this is gone by St. Patrick's Day. It's just going to be much, much cooler with high temps only into lower 40s. All right, greater severe threat, southern Oklahoma, northern parts of Texas. Farther north you go, the threat drops. I think most of our storms are going to be strong. We can't rule out 1 or 2 severe thunderstorms in our southern counties. So 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., I'm going to keep all the threats low. This is not something I am concerned about. Temperatures hover near 60 and then drop late in the afternoon. Rainfall amounts, we should get decent amounts, 1/4 to 1/2 an inch. Some areas are going to pick up 3/4 of an inch of rain, which, hey, we can use this time of the year. 61 tomorrow, only 46 on Friday. Look at those overnight lows, 26, 27, 18, 26, 30. 5 nights in a row that we're going to be below freezing. The weekend's going to be fine. It's just going to be chilly. So it's, again, not a good weekend to get outside and do yard work. We do warm up next week, have a severe threat next Thursday.
So you're giving me another excuse to not do yard work this weekend.
I mean, I'm using the same excuse. So.
Keep them coming. Thanks, Doug. Spring is fast approaching. Trees are starting to bloom. That's not always a good thing. The Missouri Conservation Department is offering free replacements to do some yard work, but only if you cut down your Bradford pear tree. Nicolette Zangara has details on the renewed campaign to control that invasive species.
It has a multitude of issues. So it is almost an invasive species at this point, and it grows so fast that it chokes out the light for your native trees and ends up overtaking the whole native ecosystem.
Kevin Grabowski at Wickman's Nursery knows all about Bradford pears. Back in the 1950s and 60s, the trees were imported from China. The promise of a fast-growing, beautifully blooming tree came with a slew of issues.
They have a very fast growth rate, and for people that are just starting out with trees, that can be very desirable. Unfortunately, the faster the growth rate, the weaker the tree. So as they get big, as they have more mass to the top of the tree, a strong wind can just split the tree right down the middle, which can be very costly in terms of removal, repair, things of that nature.
That's why the Missouri Department of Conservation is offering an exchange. You have to register ahead of time. Prove to them you cut down the tree or trees with a photo. But keep in mind, no matter how many trees you remove, only one tree is given in exchange per household. Also, you can only cut down your Bradford pear. Don't cut them on public property or on someone else's land without their permission. While registering, you'll be able to pick out the tree you'd like to plant if supplies last. Your choices are river birch, buttonbush, bur oak, fringe tree, or swamp white.
Now, if you're not sure if your tree is a Bradford pear, well, there are some things to look for. First of all, they are the first trees to flower each spring. They have those white flowers. They're almost as white as they are tall. Also, they can smell like rotting fish. Big clue. If you register with the Conservation Department, keep in mind you can pick up those replacement trees only on April 18th. Still ahead, a monkey attack leaves one Oklahoma woman traumatized. We'll have details. Dixon, Oklahoma woman says she is traumatized after she was attacked by someone's pet monkey on her own front porch. Sarah Smith has the story, and we want to warn you, some of the images might be disturbing.
I was sitting here and in this exact spot, and I looked out the window and there was a monkey looking at me, and I said, oh my God, there's a monkey. And I took a second take and I was like, there's the monkey on the front porch.
Brittany Parker says she was stunned.
He was trying to get into my house, the little button that you push in on your screen door. He had broke it off. I was literally hanging on to the door trying to hold my door closed.
Parker says she called police and went outside when officers got there. That's when she was attacked.
He crawled, jumped up my back, and landed on my head, got on my head and grabbed handfuls of hair and just ripped it out, and then ripped my ear almost completely off of my head.
Police say the monkey ran off after the attack.
As we were looking for this primate, 2 shots were fired. They did come from the area of the victim's residence. Officers went back and responded back to that residence and then found that a family member of the victim had shot the primate.
Parker and police say they didn't know someone had a pet monkey. Friends of the monkey say his name was Jack. They sent us these videos.
It's scary. It's absolutely scary. Very traumatizing.
Parker says because of her injury, she can't work. She says she will need plastic surgery. Parker also worries about her family's safety.
Do I let my child go outside and play and be a normal child, or do I need to worry every time that we step outside that we're going to be attacked by something? It's very traumatizing. It's very scary.
Final check of the forecast next. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Community Clinic of Southwest Missouri celebrates 30 years of service to the community. Plus, we're going to check out a club in Reddings Mill, Missouri, teaching people how to tie fly fishing lures. Those stories, a lot more. It's coming up KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Tomorrow we have some rainy weather ahead.
Yeah, we're going to have some showers popping up during the morning, then thunderstorms during the afternoon, developing 1 or 2 p.m., lasting until about 7 p.m. Some of those are going to be a little bit stronger. High temp, 61.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here on KOAM News at 10, almost gazoon type. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.